The Road to the CFR is presented by the Edmonton Destination Marketing Hotels, Northlands, the Canadian Professional Rodeo Association, and iLink Media Group in partnership with Travel Alberta.
You heard it here first. Western GMC Buick is Alberta's #1 GMC dealer. No one sells more GMCs than Western. Visit us today at the corner of 184th Street and Stony Plain Road in Edmonton and find out why.
Well, the steer wrestling is brought to us by our good friends from Western GMC Buick. Well, there's our board right there. There's how it comes right now with Clayton Moore atop the board and Hunter Cure right behind him, Justin Miller, Straws, Milan, Cody Cassidy. And right now, Dustin Walker is getting ready, riding into position with the Hazer on the other side. Let's talk about Dustin Walker. I know one of your favorites, Doug.
Dustin Walker is from Vanscoy, Saskatchewan. He's a Canadian Cowboys Association champion steer wrestler. He rides on in looking loose and cool today, and he has not won $1 this year at the Canadian Finals Rodeo. We released 2 Cowboys from the shoot end of the arena. One is there as an assistant. His assistant today is the all-around champion, Jeremy Harden over there. Got a hold of the steer. He is going to factor into this today. That's a good throw. 3-8 for Dustin Walker. 3-8. Yeah.
That's the time we've been looking for Dustin Walker throughout the course. Oh, no. Oh, man. You know what? Broke that barrier. We talked about the barrier. You got to let that steer get out, and he didn't do that. It's going to take a 10-second penalty. So that 3-8 going to become 13-8. I hate that. I absolutely hate that because you go from the penthouse to the outhouse. That guy hadn't won any money. We wanted him to do that. Todd Woodward, long, tall Todd getting ready.
Todd is 6'6" tall. He's a Canadian champion. This guy knows exactly what he's doing in the steer wrestling. Rides a good horse. You have to be able to rate steers, know what the steers are going to do almost before they go ahead and do it. The horse wants to get at the action today. Horse is a little fractious. We're going to have to retie that automatic 10-second barrier. Now the Hazer over there on the far side today comes with his own credentials. Met's Canadian champion Leon Lay will be over there to position the steer for him. There goes our horse, a little excited today.
That horse has been like that last couple of times in, and yeah, I think they can feel that adrenaline pumping through the legs of that cowboy. They know that there's a little excitement going on right now.
He's outside, and we're very excited about what's going to happen here. Long reach.
Oh, dog.
Doesn't work out. Good Lord. Oh, yeah. That one hurt right there.
That does.
Yeah.
You know, that big body comes down hard off of that horse that's going about 35 miles an hour, 50 kilometers an hour. That hurts right there.
Our Cowboys are just backing away from that barrier. Here's our replay from the top side. Watch the long reach. He just doesn't get there. No, Look at that steer stuck a foot right in the middle of his back.
Yeah, doggone it. Not a good day for Todd Woodward, so let's go to the couple of times world champion from right here in Canada, Lee Graves, and how great a career has this guy had.
This is a world champion cowboy twice, and he's riding a world champion steer wrestling horse. That's his own horse, Jesse, and we always talk a lot about Jesse. He's been recognized again this year as the Canadian champion steer wrestling horse. Jesse gives you an opportunity to win each time you ride him. Jesse backs on in there, and he really listens to the Cowboys down inside. Now, when the Cowboys are backed in there like that and they nod for the steer, that horse should not react to the gate. The horse should react to the cue of the Cowboy. There should be a split-second delay that takes place. If that horse jumps at the gate, you're probably going to break the barrier. Now, Jesse is a horse that really listens to a rider. We've got 3 riders on Jesse at this Canadian Finals Rodeo. If you borrow a horse or ride a horse or are allowed to ride the horse of another cowboy, normally you pay a portion of what you earned the cowboy owner of the horse. Jesse, our best horse this year, outside. There's that run. Here's the world champion down inside. This looks good. Whoa. Oh, steer just wouldn't take the fall. Fell the wrong way. 6-6 for Lee Graves. 6-6.
Well, you know, sometimes you need a little bit of rodeo luck. It doesn't matter how good you are. And this was rodeo luck, all right, but it was all bad. You watch right here as he twists. Steer goes the wrong way. He perseveres, twists him on over in 6-6. Not the run we wanted for Lee Graves. Well, Travis Reier came in here as the leader in the all-around, and he struggled. He's changed horses midway through, and his luck hasn't changed a whole lot. Really needs to get that very, very good start as the former Rookie of the Year in Canada and get out there and maybe clinch that all-around title with a big run here today. All right, good position this time. Got a shot. Oh, no.
We got to pedal a little to get this one down. Trav is going to persevere, endeavor to persevere right there.
Well, you can see the look on his face, the body language. He says, this has not been my week. And that time he got to the steer quickly, but out of shape when he got there and just unable to apply that leverage that you need to do. When you're in that position, you really have to regroup, get the feet underneath you in order to twist that steer down. It took him that long, a little over 11 seconds, I think he was in at, is what we heard.
Oh, yeah, 11 seconds flat. Good job for Trav on a tough one today. Might as well put that one away. Canadian champion coming right here, Tanner Milan, second cowboy on Jesse today. This guy did not disappoint this year on our road to the CFR series of rodeos. He won 2 rodeos. This cowboy can jump down in the order. We need to be about 3.5 seconds today to take over the lead in the go-around. 3.1 would even be better. This is a big, strong cowboy on outside. Great job on the other side. Bailey set that steer up just right. A little slow to take the throw again one more time. 4 and 2 is good today. No broken barriers here. He takes over the lead in the go-around. Take a look back on the replay screen. Reach out. There is the good form of Tanner Milan right there.
Well, Harley Cole is going to be our next man, Cochrane Cowboy. And, you know, he had such a great second half to his season. That's really what earned him this trip to his first Canadian Finals rodeo. Couple of wins back-to-back out there at Morris, Manitoba, the Manitoba Stampede, only professional rodeo in Manitoba. He won it in 2012, enjoyed it so much, came back in 2013, won it again, and that really kind of lit him up for the second half of that season, and he's been very, very good. Now here, he has a second and a couple of splits of fourth, so he's in at about $9,700 won so far. Maybe not quite the finals that he wanted. Got off to a bad start with that kind of tumble on his very first steer on the opening night, and he's kind of been battling back ever since. Harley Cole is out alongside. Now get to that nose with that left elbow. Kind of like that. Very nice. And a 4 and 9 will put him on the board in about second spot right now. Championships, and he did it with runs like that as he checks in right here at 4 seconds flat. Now, Cody Cassidy is one of the guys who maybe a bit of a long shot, but could still factor in terms of that championship. Comes in here with $35,000 won to date on his season. You know, that $11,000 payoff in the round, a little something in the aggregate, he could still be there.
That's right. He's one of the cowboys with 5 steers down in the aggregate. Now 6. That looks great. Here comes the cowboy from Ontario. This is Morgan Grant. And this is a cowboy that is coming on not only in the bulldogging, but in the tie-down roping. He's qualified for both events at the Canadian Finals Rodeo this year. This is his own steer wrestling horse. He purchased this horse last year. This is another great steer wrestling horse. This little horse Skip here has a lot of run. Outside, get to the steer. Come on, Ontario, get this one down. From the middle of his back, that was a load right there. 5 seconds flat for Morgan Grant, 5 flat. He's not pleased about it, but we have to take it today. Horse gets in there in a hurry, steps out of there, didn't get a chance to get his feet back underneath him. That's cowboy strength right there and perseverance.
And for a guy who's not as big as some of the other steer wrestlers, you're right, that upper body strength was definitely a factor right there, but he's still hanging in around that aggregate, so he's going to be okay. Well, how about Straws Milan, one of our favorite guys? He is our lone Canadian competitor heading down to Las Vegas, Nevada in about a month's time to represent Canada down there at the World Championships as we get ready for Straws. So far, $21,000 won. A costly broken barrier earlier. He's trying to reach back. Oh, my goodness. Not going to work on Championship Sunday for Straws. Oh, I hate that. Did you notice that some of the guys have shaved a little closer today? Lee Graves, Straws Milan got rid of the facial hair to kind of change the look. Didn't work for Straws this time around.
That's a heartbreaker right there. All right. Back in and away we go. Here comes the cowboy from Holiday, Texas. Here comes Hunter Cure. Great graphic for the cowboy up there. One go-around number 3. The cowboy comes on in here with just about $40,000 won. He's second in the aggregate. He's in the position he needs to be. Now he's using Clayton Moore, a steer wrestling horse right here. And Clayton is the cowboy that's on the top of the order already. This is a good-looking horse called Pistol. Pistol is 15 years old. He's been doing this for a while. He'll take this cowboy on out there to a good throw. And right now, 3-9 would be good enough to take you to the lead. The Cowboys like to get the horse's feet solidly in underneath so they can get that start. It's important to have all 4 feet on the ground for that great, quick head start out of the corner.
He's about $8,000 in arrears of Clayton Moore right now. Clayton Moore, the leader, and Hunter Cure in second spot. And that's exactly the way they sit in the aggregate as well. So Hunter Cure said, I'll keep the facial hair. I'm going to get out here and get things done. All right, here's the Texan. Out, good position, get to the nose, twist. Nice, handle that one very, very well. That's not going to hurt. 4 and 2 will put him in a 2-3 split with Tanner Milan. And that's okay. That's all right. That's about what you had to do. That's going to put the pressure squarely on Clayton Moore in just a moment. Watch, how did he get it done?
A long reach, and that's a great slide on that steer, and there's a Cowboy that has great timing when he goes to the nose of the steer. That's the thing that you probably can't teach steer wrestlers. You either have that ability or not. It's kind of an inherent action that you do right there. And we're looking at the Cowboy from Manitoba right here. This is Justin Miller. This has been one of our stories this year in professional rodeo in Canada in the steer wrestling. This Cowboy blew on in here, second in the standings of Canadian professional rodeo, and he is still in the running for a championship. He needs a couple of things to go right on the top side just yet to be a real threat.
Well, one of the things that really cost him was back in round number 2 when he took that no time, because was it not for that, he would very much be a contender. He's, as you say, he's going to need a little help from some other guys in order for this to work. But here he is. I'll tell you what, he's going to take care of his side of it with a nice run right there. He looks back, checks that barrier. Is he okay? He is not okay. He had to gamble. He really did. He had to take that shot. He knew he had to take the lead in the round. He did take the lead in the round, or at least would have had it not been for that broken barrier. So the 3-9 becomes 13-9. Really had to do that.
That's what you have to do. You got to let it hang. You're here to this point in time, and you got to just take a run at it.
Comes down, as it did in the bareback riding, to the last guy. Clayton Moore of Pouce-Coupe, British Columbia, came in here with the lead, both in the aggregate and in terms of the overall. Now, he had an $8,000 cushion. When $11,000 is being paid for first in the round, that can all change very quickly. Now, the man who's right behind him, Hunter Cure, was 4 and 2 already in this round. So let's see what we can do. I would suggest that he's got a real good chance if he can get down and maybe match Hunter Cure's 4 and 2 or be right around that area. He would have a shot at a Canadian championship. Clayton Moore, Pouce-Coupe, British Columbia. This is for a title. Can he do it? He's out. He's in good shape right here. Down. Now get to the nose quickly and handles him well. How fast was it? How fast was it? 4 and 4. And I'll tell you something right now. These guys know. These guys know. They've got it, the little computer going on in the head. Unofficially, it looks like Clayton Moore fared very, very well right there. Did what he had to do, 4 and 4. We'll get it officially a little bit later on. Might be looking at a champion right there. Clayton, nice job. Nice job. Oh, it was all brought to us by Western GMC Buick, and it was every bit as exciting as we thought it would be.